Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time. Starting a new run, and still trying to get past that 9-win hurdle, but I haven't even been getting up to 9 wins. I bet some of those 9-win runs that I had before they upped the cap probably could have gone further if the maximum hadn't been 9 wins at the time. But I just did Shaman recently, so my choices are a Mage, who I'm probably just not going to get the spells I want, or a Warrior, who mostly doesn't have any spells that I want. So yeah, we'll go with the Mage. I don't like you. These things have some value in the late game, but I much prefer you. Maybe I'll get some cool stuff to do with that. Wow, all 3 of these are very good cards for the Mage. Again, the Arcane Intellect's still very good late game. It's kind of not something I want to get in the early game, and she is. And this thing is pretty awesome with the Mage, if it can survive long enough to attack. Usually your opponent finds some way to kill it, but I mean, if everything you have is so nasty that your opponent needs to find some way to kill it, that's pretty good. You know what? In my constructed deck, I would take her first, because I can choose all the 1-cost spells that I want, but I can't guarantee I'm going to get those. This guy, since I can ping him and trigger his enrage if nothing happens to him, this guy is pretty game-winning-y. I mean, yeah, I know the Arcane Intellect is 2 cards, and these guys are each only 1 card, but early in the game it just kind of slows you down. Later in the game, like, when you have no cards in hand, and this is what you want to draw, but otherwise, you take the Raging... You take the Raging Worgen for now. Okay, out of these ones, I'm taking the Arcane Intellect. I'm not screwing around. Loot Hoarder or Polymorph? I'm going to want to have some Polymorphs. I guess I really want to have at least 1 or 2 Polymorphs, and the same is not true for Loot Hoarders, as nice as he is. I need to have Flame Strikes. I don't have weapons, so you're not nowhere near as good as you are in some of the other decks. I don't like you very much. You can rush out and kill stuff, so that's fine. These are both, like, weak-ass cards in almost every context. I mean, you can set up sort of combo-y type stuff where they could almost help you, but that's not what's going to happen, whereas Mirror Entity is... It's easy for the opponent to play around it to some degree, but if you play it later in the game, it's pretty decent. I don't have weapons. You are a very good creature, but I want Arcane Missiles. Kill stuff. Frostbolt. Kill stuff. Vaporize sounds really good, but I mean, they have to be hitting your hero directly. Something that you're leaving alive, and like they do... I guess they don't get to hit you once, so this can get rid of a big thing, but if your opponent has any small creatures, they can waste it with one of the small ones. So it's good, but it's not like the ultimate. Now the irony is, if I take another Kirin-Tor Mage, I'll wish I had more secrets, because it starts making him really good. I mean, he's already a 4/3 for 3. He's like quite good anyway, but starts becoming awesome. There's also the Pyromancer, who is actually quite awesome at clearing the board. He kills himself in the process to some degree, but he's still a 3/2 or at least a 3/1 for 2 mana. I don't know how many early gameplays I'm going to take. I really want to do this secret thing, though. I don't know how many secrets I'm going to get, but I'd like to get the Kirin-Tor Mages working. But no, I'm going to take I think the Pyromancer contributes more to victory. As nice as this feels like a good combo, but I don't know how many secrets I'm actually going to get, since I don't like some of them. Okay, I don't like you. You are pretty awesome, can draw cards. As a Mage, I can ping you myself, which is pretty funny. Ice Lance is also pretty good, but I'm not gonna... I don't want to just Ice Lance and freeze something. I would want to be doing the 4 damage, generally, and I probably won't have multiple freezing AoEs in a arena deck. So we'll take the Acolyte of Pain, draw more cards. Mana Worm is a very strong first turn play for the Mage, and it's not even that bad later on. Darkscale Healer is tempting, but no, Mana Worm We have a Pyroblast. So we're going to take the Hungry Crab. No, obviously we're taking the Pyroblast. Now, when you are the mage, you can't just assume your opponent has 10 less health. As nice as that would be, the way I do with other stuff. But if you can draw the Pyroblast, eventually it is pretty good. Okay, these are both okay creatures. I'm going to take the Vaporized out of these. I'm not happy with the amount of creature killing stuff I have yet. I did get one Polymorph already. It's really trying to give me the Gnomish Adventures. If I'd been taking all the Gnomish Adventures, I could play all kinds of not very strong creatures, but that don't cost me any cards. I do have a fair number of spells to work with for her. And I have some, like, killing stuff. I mean, I need to get some fireballs or something, but I think I'm going to take the Sorcerer's Apprentice over the Polymorph right now. Probably dumb. I'm halfway through the deck. I want to make sure I have enough creatures. Now, I've just started solidifying my early game plays. I don't need you. I'm going to take the bigger guy. I don't have any fat creatures yet at all. This is a fat creature. This is a very efficient creature, and this guy is pretty kick-ass, too, although so far my deck has a little bit less of the battle cry type stuff than I normally do. I'm starting to have... These guys are actually awesome. When they give you way more options than you normally have for a lot of things, and it's still just like a 3-2 on turn 2 if that's all you need it for. I think I want to get more meat on the board, and this is the most efficient way. And we have an additional legendary. Take Dormu, who is not very good. He's just an expensive 8/8, basically. The Beast is just a cheap Core Hound, essentially. It's got more health than the Core Hound, and it costs less mana, but when it dies, your opponent gets a 3/3. But Sylvanas is the clear winner here, because she's what all the constructed decks are using, and you can't go wrong, right? It's 5/5 for 5 is totally decent stats. It's not amazing. You can get a 4/5 for 4, but her Death Rattle is worth... It will kill it. It can get you 2 for 1, right? If you take control of an enemy minion, it's like killing the minion and gaining a minion. Often it works out that you don't get anything for it, because your opponent can play around it, but they have to play around it, and that hurts them. I don't like you all that much. Like, I like the 3/1 for 3 Divine Shields. I don't like her. I mean, I don't like him. Still don't like Priestess of Elune worth a damn. Arcane Missiles it is. I don't have any spell power. Spell power would be nice. This is so harsh, because Azure Drake, I probably have to take it because it draws you a card, and I was just complaining I need spell damage, and it gives spell damage. Like, he's so good. Like, I use 2 of these in every constructed deck, as I've said many times. But the Abominations, I don't get them often enough. They are fantastic if your deck is more about, like, burning out the opponent. Now, mine isn't necessarily so much. Other than the Pyroblast, I have very little for damaging my opponent other than just the creatures. This guy's so good, though, because he's at 4/4 for 5, so he's a good size already. He can inflict decent damage on your opponent if they don't deal with him. He kills the crap out of whatever your opponent uses to get rid of him, because whatever creature attacks him is going to take 4 damage, and then if he dies, they're going to take another 2 damage, and it tends to wipe out all the small stuff too. Like, they're just so good. But I have to take the Azure Drake, because it draws me a card and stuff. Do I take another Arcane Missiles, or do I take another Bluegill Warrior? I'm noting that I'm lower on creatures, but I don't have as much stuff as I'd like for killing things. They both do the killing. I don't have that much spell power. And well, I do have 1 Sorcerer's Apprentice, but there's still only 1 Sorcerer's Apprentice. I think I'm going to take the Arcane Missiles anyway. It's probably dumb. Well, another Acolyte of Pain would be nice, but no, I need fireballs. Like another couple fireballs if possible. So you are just an expensive taunt creature for me. You are a much more efficient taunt creature, and I can ping you to get your thing. You're kind of like him without taunt, and it's actually easier to control giving him his bonus to attack than having 3 things die before the ghoul actually dies to get it up to that much attack. Even though the ghoul can go bigger, so I'm going to take the Tauren Warrior. Frost Nova. See, this card is strong, but I don't like it. I don't like it. It's because of the Magic the Gathering bias. That stuff. Magic the Gathering, like, this is a fog, basically. It's a card that stalls your opponent 1 turn, but it doesn't really accomplish that much. It's so different in Hearthstone, because this means that you have that much more time, like, because all your minions can attack other minions, it gives you way more ability. Like, first off, it stops them from killing all your stuff, or it might allow you more time to kill all of theirs. It's so good. But I don't have the other AoEs to go along with it. Like, normally, the Mage deck plays with 2 of these because it's to stall them, so that you can then Cone of Cold them, you can then Blizzard them, you can then Flame Strike them, all that kind of stuff. Acolyte of Pain would let me draw even more cards, potentially, although they are kind of, like, weak. Like, it is very, very weak attacking-wise. Frostwolf Warlord is also pretty good. He's a 4/4 for 5, which is okay. He becomes a 5/5 for 5 if I have even 1 other thing alive. And if I have 2 things alive, 6/6 for 5 is very good. Oh man, I don't know. I know if I take the Frost Nova, I'm going to get it at times. I'm going to be like, this doesn't kill anything. This doesn't do anything. I have to have minions out, basically, to make this good. I don't have that many large things. I have a lot of 3-cost things. I think I'm going to take the Frostwolf Warlord. It's probably stupid. I should probably just take the Frost Nova. I really don't want it that much. The Bodyguard has Taunt, which would help me. And he's another big thing. I'm going to take the Bodyguard, too. I'm running out of cards. I don't really care that much about first turn plays, for the most part. Like, he's fine, good in sort of like a Warlock deck type thing, but yeah. He still doesn't do, like, he does a decent amount for the card, and it's nice that he's guaranteed 2 damage. Like, that is worth quite a bit, in a way. But he doesn't help control the board very much. Crocolisk. I don't have that many 2-drops either, but I don't need that much. I'm going to take the Arcane Intellect. I'm going to try and draw a lot of cards. However, I do have a number of things for drawing cards. I'm not going to take the Novice Engineer. I'm going to take the Boulder Fat. And, oh, good, Mirror Images. I wanted more stuff. I get another Legendary. So I could have 2 of Sylvanas. I could have Karen Bloodhoof, who I take him all the time when, like, I don't get that many Legendaries, but when I do, I often take him. Because he should be so efficient, right? I mean, he's 2 creatures for the price of 1. But it never seems to matter. Whereas Ragnaros is amazing. And Epic here, so I can take the Mountain Giant is garbage. If you have 4 cards in your hand, not counting him, so he's the 5th card in your hand, then he's still just an 8/8 for 7, which is, slightly better than average. But if you draw him and you only have 1 card in your hand, you still can't cast him. He costs more than the maximum mana. He's trash. I mean, yeah. Faceless Manipulator can be very good. He could copy one of my Legends. Spellbender, though, we know is also pretty amazing for stealing stuff. I'm going to take the Spellbender. It's so cool. Alright, let's go ahead. It's enough messing around. My deck seems to be pretty heavily focused on 3-cost stuff, although it's not even really like a big pile of 3-cost killing creatures. I don't know. I think this deck is a little bit too unfocused. I have a little bit of a lot of things. I have a lot of Arcane Missiles without the spell power. I don't know. I mean, I do have crazy Legends and stuff, and maybe Ragnaros is just going to win me a lot of games. But, I don't know.
Jaina versus
Oh, mirror
Jaina.
match, my favorite.
You asked for it. My magic will tear you apart.
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the Lord of the Arena, and we're even gonna get rid of Sylvanas. Yes, she's very strong, but I want cheaper things at the start, if possible. I did not want to draw every single direct damage card in my deck, which is not exactly what's happened, but this is a lot of my direct damage, which I would rather have later in the game to kill the person with. I'd rather have cheap creatures now, and that's not one. Yay. Come on. Is it a waste to just kill him with this? Whatever I coin out, this thing can beat. I don't want to Frostbolt him, and Arcane Missiles only has a 50-50 chance of killing him, so I guess I'll just Murloc him. I am glad that I went second, though. Especially, I had a slow hand anyway. My opponent didn't have a super fast hand, so I have the opportunity to make some kind of use of this coin eventually. It'll probably be good.
What to do?
Give me a
What are you doing? You were playing him. I'm glad you didn't go second and have the coin. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to Arcane Missiles and see where it lands. If I get lucky and it kills him, then I can just coin out my Raging Worgen. Otherwise, we'll play it by ear. I have a lot of options where to go. I don't really want to, like, Frostbolt him. I can just, like, ping him with this. Really? Seriously? That's what you do? What the hell? That was mind-bogglingly obnoxious. If it had just done 1 damage to him, I could have killed him. It would have been fine. But now, he's going to be able to take out, like, whatever I do. I'm just going to have to Frostbolt him. BS. Because my opponent could play at least 1 spell, and if they could play two cards of any kind, then he could take out this guy or this guy without dying. And I would still end up wasting 2 mana on my own turn later to finish him off.
What to do?
For the crusade!
Yeah, that's also going to be annoying. There's just no winning here. Ooh, okay, the mirror image helps. That makes it so much better. Oh, yes. Now there's some chance he can live long enough. I mean, I haven't forced my opponent to use any creature killing spells yet, so she's got one ready for this, I assume, but oh well. It was worth a shot. If she has the same number of creature killing spells as I do, she might not have any good ones.
What to do?
But I'm sure she has something to kill him with. Yeah.
Your magic shall not save.
Spellbreaker. See, that's not as bad as killing him, but it's super annoying. I don't have a great way to kill him either.
What to do? What to do?
Either of you guys would have to trade to kill this, though. I'm going to... Well, if I shoot this. Instead of shooting this, I could coin out both the Acolyte of Pain and the Tauren Warrior.
I wonder.
Because I can always shoot her later. It doesn't matter if I shoot the bubble first or not, because she only has 1 hit point. Pointing out both of them... My opponent would have 6 mana. She could Blizzard me, but she can't just Firestorm me yet. Flame Strike, you know what I mean. I'm going to try that. This is probably stupid putting all my cards on the table. I should have put him in the middle so that you couldn't get both of my like bigger guys with one frost, or cone of cold. But I wasn't thinking. At least if she blizzards, I get an extra card from him, basically. It would still be really bad, though. Like blizzard, hit him with the bubble. I guess this guy would technically survive, too.
My shield for Argus.
That's pretty bad. Yeah, no, that's pretty bad. Yeah, shoot him. That would be smart. It's like, no. He's shooting me. Okay, I guess you draw a card. It's like a 2 in 20 chance that I would draw an arcane missile, which would be kind of cool, but would it be that great? Nah. I could shoot him to draw a card.
What to do? What to do?
This guy can kill that if I shoot it. Then what do I have to get rid of her? I think I may have to fireball this guy. I'm going to shoot him and see what I draw. Probably moronic. No, actually, no. Like if I fireball this guy and then I hit her for 1 and then shoot her, and then my situation is not as bad. That's what I should be doing. Ignore this stupidity. Since we're doing that, we're going to attack her first anyway and see what I draw. That doesn't really change my turn. Clearing the board would probably be much smarter, but then I'd have nothing left. Whereas here, I'm ahead on health. I'd rather... If there was going to be a trade between these two, I'd rather she do it. Now, it's dumb to leave him alive, in a sense, because it gives her more options. She could buff him with some other creature. Whoa. So that's a concern. Now, every time she casts a spell, she gets a fireball. And fireball is a spell. She has a fireball. She could fireball me twice next turn and still have 2 fireballs. That is effing doom. The heck can I do about that even?
What to do? What to do?
Flame Strike is nowhere near big enough. Spellbender is only for spells that target minions. Jeez. And I can't do anything else if I play him. So he's not even big enough to kill that guy. Plus he would get fireball, probably. I've got to play this and see what I draw. This is what I get for not taking more polymorphs. I'm going to play the Mana Worm instead of doing 1 damage. I don't know. That's really bad. Where's Sylvanas when I need her? Or Ragnaros. Can cast Ragnaros next turn.
I wonder.
This is going to be so bad. She's trying to decide, like, do I fireball this and then fireball me, or just go for the throat? Because his 5 damage plus chain fireballing me probably does more damage than anything I could possibly do back to her.
What to do? What to do?
It would have been nice if I could have played this and Spellbender, but I didn't have enough mana. Oh, it would have been fin. Well, no. It doesn't redirect. It would just redirect it to this thing, so I just get a 1/1. Really, if I had a fireball, I could kill that now. Like, happens that I don't have any more fireballs, but that seems like a mistake to me. You should have just hit me for 5. You're like playing way defensive. Where were you last turn? So now I can Flame Strike, and I can't quite ping, so I can't actually kill it with that this turn. Damn.
What to do? What to do?
So I play this. There's a 2 in 16-ish chance that I will draw the, like about a 1 in 8 chance that I will draw the polymorph that's in there. But most of the other stuff in there will not help me, and I won't have enough mana left to cast either of these two things.
What to do? What to do?
If I cast him, he's just going to get killed by that, or, well, frozen by this. Doesn't even have to kill him necessarily. Going to get killed by something.
What to do?
I don't know. I'd love to draw those cards, but I've got to try and deal with this problem. My opponent's being too defensive. That may seem really stupid, but if something goes wrong, next turn I can Flame Strike and kill either one of them with this. Oh, is that a counter spell? That would screw me so badly if that was a counter spell. I need to be able to Flame Strike. Now I need to test for counter spell before I can Flame Strike, and I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that. This is where it gets horrible. You can just blow him up for free, get a new fireball, and start nuking me. If that's a counterspell, I think I just lose, basically. Unless I draw Sylvanas, I still have to Flame Strike and hope that I can ping him and kill him. That is so random, right? I can cast this to draw out the counterspell, which is great, but then I won't have enough mana to do this. If I don't do 1 damage to him, I'm going to get screwed.
What to do? What
I think the only way I can, like, get this to come back, because she can just keep fireballing me and fireballing me. Like, twice a turn. 12 damage a turn, plus this 18, I'm dead. So, because that could be a counterspell, instead of just casting this, I have to take the chance.
What to do?
I have 3 chances. It's 1 in 3 each time. That doesn't mean a 1-to-1 chance that it's going to happen. But I need 1 of these damage to hit him. If 1 hit each creature, that would be perfect. Yes. And it wasn't countered, so that was all that worrying for nothing, but it could have been a counterspell.
Job done.
I'm still not in a good place, but maybe I can start to recover with the Arcane Intellect and stuff. She's got at least 1 fireball. I only have 20 health. She's still got a secret and the only creature in play. Hurting my brain.
May my ancestors watch over me.
So it would be a good time for Sylvanas. Well, that's good, because if I draw Sylvanas, I can cast Arcane Intellect, and if I draw Sylvanas, I can still cast her and this. I'm going to try to draw some cards. Ragnaros can't cast him. Sylvanas can cast her. Okay. I think that's what's going to happen. Now, actually, what am I thinking? I'm not going to do that. If I cast her, and then I can just shoot that, which is more reliable. Okay, here's the other problem, though. This could be a mirror entity. I could be giving my opponent to Sylvanas.
What to do? What to do?
There's nothing I can do about it at this point. It's so bad. I don't think this would pull off the secret. It doesn't matter. I have to try, so...
I have no time for
Get
games.
the free Sylvanas. What else am I going to do? I don't have anything. I tried to draw cards and get more options. she should just fireball her own Sylvanas. Unless she can kill me this turn. 10, 15, 16. She can just kill me. It doesn't matter. If she didn't have enough damage to kill me, though, fireballing her own Sylvanas would cause it to die and steal my Sylvanas, which means that she would get the death rattle. So, why did my first match, when I have no record, have to be a mirror match against someone that had just as many legends as I did and got them sooner? Like, that would have been, it's legit for that to happen later on. The odds of that particular match being the crap I had to fight against in the very first game when I haven't got any wins yet, that's pretty obnoxious. So I get to start out 0-1. We'll see if I can get any further with my crazy legends next time. If you enjoyed this, please activate the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.